So once you have fit it to the body and you've drawn your tracing lines on, you need to remove all of your pins, and then you get the fun part of unpicking everything. Now, there's a quick trick to do it. We're going to start with the back, and I've already started unpicking the side seam, so it's all good. So there's a little trick. Never do this on anything else apart from your toiles. Rip. All you need to do is start it off by unpicking the back stitching. You can't just start ripping. So if you get one end of the back stitching and rip. There we go, so that's our back. So what you'll notice here is a new line which is coming at the waist, and you'll notice kind of a diamond looking shape. Again, you need to unpick your dart. With your dart you actually have to unpick it. Okay, once you've done that, you need to quickly iron it flat. Once you've ironed it flat, you're going to put it down. You're going to place it directly over top of your pattern piece. Now I can't really see it, so I'm going to flip it over, pop it on that way. And you are going to put it directly on top and then start tracing away. So to trace away, finger on top of here, keeping it nice and flat. If you want, you could sellotape it down to the table, and you are just tracing a nice curved line. You don't have to do everything, you can just do little parts of it, because you get your ruler then and you join it up anyway. And then on the other side. I find if you're going to trace the whole thing, it starts moving the fabric, so just do little parts. Let's click it there. And I've marked in this little part here, and I'll go opposite that. And then the other part is marking in the side seam. And again, you definitely need to smooth this off with the roller when you go to match it up. So this tracing wheel stuff's just guidelines. Take it off, you can see your lines. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is get my ruler and try and smooth it off and make a nice... Actually, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to go back to this side and do it this way so I can see where my new lines are. Start again. So draw in your new curved line following your tracing wheel marks. So now it comes in at the waist and back out at the hip. So that is my brand new stitching line. Okay, so this is old side seam. This is new side seam. So what do you think you need to do once you've traced that in? What do I need to do to this area here? Add my 1.5 to it. So I'm going to add 1.5 all along here, and it will come out here. So you'll need to add some new paper onto this area, and obviously we're going to eliminate some of the side seam here. So you end up cutting in here and it will come out into here. Okay, this one here, you're just going to trace it off. Try and get a nice curve. So again, I'm missing a little bit of my dotted lines because it's not 100% accurate and curved. Majority of it is, especially down the bottom. Find my end point, my dart end. See how it's come off a little bit here? We actually need to move it over to match up with the middle of the original dart. So I would just bring it back into there. Okay, and this should, if we extend this line up here, needs to match up over here, so we just change it slightly. Okay, if a line doesn't exist anymore, what do? You do your two little lines to show that it doesn't exist. I would prefer you do that than rubbing out all the time. If you make heaps of mistakes, obviously rub out, but just these little ones, it's fine just to put a little dash. So once you've curved it here, they should look pretty even. Okay, so that is my new dart. I have these little marks here that I've put in, so I need to create a little T-notch, and that's what I've traced off. So again, I'd write here, cross this off because it doesn't exist anymore, all of those lines, and write old dart and new dart. Then what I need to do is I would, once I've transferred that, I'd transfer my fronts, I'd fix up all my seam allowances again, and then I would pop this back onto my fabric, retrace the new lines and go and sew it up again. You know that I can't, obviously I'm missing some fabric here, so I would sew what I could on the stitching line, it'll just fit. But if, say, your stitching line came off, then you just sew to where it comes off on your 12 here, and it's better than cutting out a new one because it's wasting fabric and resources. Okay, so by the end of this process, you should have traced everything from here onto here, fixed it all up, drawn new and old seams and lines, crossed off anything that doesn't exist, add your seam allowances, transfer it back onto your 12 with a new coloured pen, sew it up and fit again. So then we would have our old fitting and our new fitting.